Hi everyone, I'm Zach from Porsche Center Calgary, and today we're taking a look at a 2024 Cayenne S. This is the new refresh Cayenne that just came out for the 2024 model year. There's a few notable changes on it. It's not a whole new generation of Cayenne, but there are definitely some notable and big changes, especially when you're looking at an S model. So for one, we went from a 2.9 liter twin turbocharged V6 to a 4 liter twin turbocharged V8. So absolutely spectacular that we're back at the V8. You get quite a bit more torque, you get that sound that's associated with that V8, and you get a bump in power as well. So this car, you're going to have about 473 horsepower in it. And then on top of that, there's a few other changes that are worth talking about. So taking a look at the front of the car, you can see right up there, so you can see that there's some newly designed headlights on the car, which I'll get to in a little bit. You can also tell that the front bumper is being redesigned a little bit. You can see how it's a little bit more squared off, a little bit of point here, which in my mind makes it look a little bit more aggressive. There'll be some changes around the rear of the vehicle too. Notably, the lighting strip's a little bit more recessed in the car. And then big change is going to be to the suspension system, which I'll talk about here coming up as well, along with the interior. The whole dash line is going to be new, along with your center console, a lot of the buttons there. Essentially, with your gear selector where it used to be here, they've just moved it up next to your steering wheel. That way you have more space. They've redesigned your button layout, and they've given you a different kind of a little more room to store your phone and other pieces there. But yeah, talking about performance features on this car. So I already talked about the V8. This car is going to have your 8-speed Tiptronic S transmission. So if you do need to tow anything, you're going to be able to tow about 7,500 pounds, which is fantastic. And then as far as performance features go, this car has a few notable ones. So you're going to have air suspension with PASM with this vehicle. Air suspension meaning that, for one, you have that slightly more comfortable feel to the car. You have the ability to raise and lower the chassis to different levels. And then PASM is Porsche Sport suspension. PASM's giving you the ability to stiffen up your suspension, so you'll have a comfort mode, a sport plus mode, to stiffen it up to different levels. And the big thing with this 2024 Cayenne is that with the refresh, that suspension system is being newly designed, and they did a fantastic job with it. It's my favorite part of the new Cayennes. It covers a broader spectrum, so when you're in the normal or the comfort mode, whatever you want to call it, the car is going to be more comfortable than it was previously. And then when you go to stiffen up the car in either a sport or sport plus mode, the car is going to be firmer and it's going to track better than it was on previous models. So huge upgrade there in my mind. It's absolutely fantastic. And then on top of this car is going to have your sport exhaust. It's going to be done up in the new color frame, which is the bronze. Looks absolutely fantastic. I mean, obviously bronze in color, it's kind of a cool iridescent, especially in the sun. Looks fantastic with this car. And then moving on from there, you're going to have your sport chrono package as well, meaning that you have that dial on your steering wheel, and the sport plus mode. It's going to act very much like a track mode and give you the ability to do time trials and, notable with the V8, launch controls, which is really fun. Moving on from there, just some exterior features of the vehicle. This is going to be the 21-inch exclusive design wheels done up in silver here, you can see. So nice aggressive looking rubber there. And then as far as other bits of the vehicle go, starting at the front, you're going to have a lot of high gloss black accents around the car. Really, window trims, roof rails, you can see there, trailer hitch, all done up in black. The badging on the vehicle is going to be done up in black. The sport exhaust we've talked about, not necessarily high gloss black, it's going to be done up in the dark bronze, but that matches very nicely with those black components. So those shape up really nicely. And then that coupled with the tinted LED HD matrix lights, which are those new headlights I mentioned. Those are going to be the tinted material, so they're going to match really nicely with those dark accents. And then the HD matrix headlights, what those are giving you, is actually quite fantastic. So you're essentially going to have 30,000 individual LED modules in your headlights. And it's really neat when you see it at night. When you go to change lanes, for example, your lights are going to broaden and move over to the 2 lanes that are to the left or the right of you, depending which way you're signaling. And then when you actually get over into that lane and turn off your blinker, it's going to focus again just on the lane you're in. And of course, on highway applications too, it does a really good job of when cars are coming towards you, just dimming that specific spot. Everything else remains very bright and very well illuminated. They're very kind of intelligent, smart headlights is kind of the way to describe them. So some cool technology there. And then as far as a few other bits go, on the inside, you're going to have a two-tone leather black and Bordeaux red interior. Looks absolutely fantastic. It's full leather. And then on top of that, on the inside, you're going to have 18-way seats. And then you're going to have the premium package in this car, meaning you're going to have kind of all your basic necessities that you can typically be after. So your heated, ventilated seats, 4-zone climate control, heated seats in the back. You're going to have your blind spot warning, of course. You're going to have adaptive cruise control in this car, Bose sound system, your panoramic roof. You get a whole lot out of that premium package. And then other bits on the interior, you're going to have your heated GT Sport steering wheel. Essentially, it's the smaller steering wheel out of the 911. So for one, it looks a little bit more aggressive and it's a little bit more precise with your steering because your hands are closer together. It's got a smaller diameter. You're going to have ambient lighting inside the vehicle. The passenger display, and that's going to be a difference in the 2024 refresh model year as well. Before you could only get that feature in the Taycan, it's been brought into the Cayenne now. And the cool thing about it is that it can only be seen by the passenger. So you've got to be sitting directly in front of it for it to pop up and work. And then the last thing of note really is this car is going to have puddle lights. I mean, technically on their underside of the door, so they come up as an exterior feature, but that's nice as well. It'll protect Porsche onto the ground whenever you pop your doors open at night. And before I forget too, you'll have the insulated glass on this car. So essentially on either of your side windows, they're going to be dual pane. They better insulate against noise, most notably, and then also temperature. So whether it's really hot or really cold out, you'll better insulate the interior of your vehicle. And that really takes us through pretty much everything for options. So it's a very well-spec'd car. These new Cayennes, I've had plenty of opportunities to drive them. It's really impressive what Porsche's done. It's a big increase in technology. I've already talked about the suspension, the actual drive. It's noticeably improved there. If you guys are interested in the car, have any questions, don't hesitate reaching out. You can either leave a comment with us on the YouTube page here, or you're more than welcome to come in, visit us in person. I always say that it's much better to do that on video, pictures. As good as this car looks, it's even better seeing it in real life. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Have a fantastic day, and we'll see you next time.